Hey guys, Ranch and bringing on another StarCraft commentary. It continues. Going to be this third set in this second quarterfinals of the last Saga MSL 09, baby. TVZ, the two L players whose first names are nicknames end with L. Leta against Luxury, the Monster Midget of Awesome against the superior Broodling Twin. Well, he's generally thought superior anyway. So just looking forward to seeing what's going to happen here. Will there be an epic match? Will Leta manage to beat Luxury? Will Luxury come out and kill Leta? Will Sheila finally confess her love to Ted? Will I ever shut the hell up and leave people alone? Not likely. So yes, looking forward to this one. 1-1 so far, good games. Epic 5-pull last game by Luxury. 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Luxury using wonderful 5-pull last game. Completely took Luxury by surprise. But Byzantium II this time. Leta at 1 o'clock, white Terran. Luxury at 7 o'clock, orange Zerg. So it's going to be a 4-player map with a slight efficiency towards Terran. Terran has just a slight advantage. There's a fairly open middle and just enough mobility, but not quite as many flanking opportunities for Zerg as there are on Neo Harmony. So it's going to be a map a little bit better for Leta here, especially if you get some tanks going. You'll be able to, if he takes the higher ground, he's going to should be able to keep it going and just overall dominate. There's of course also the fact that there's lower ground into the base of your opponent. It's going to be hard to defend. Your natural, there's just a single way to go in, and it can be pretty easily defendable if you're sunken up. But if your natural is penetrated, you're dead, you're screwed, that's it. It's usually the case as well, but not always. But in this case, it would definitely be the case. There's one ramp leading out to your natural, which is on higher ground. So you should be able to defend that, but if you can't, you're done for. 9-pull coming from, or actually over-pull coming from Luxury. So just kind of getting some middle going. Rather, barracks now from Leta, I'm sorry. He's trying to block off his ramp. I'm not quite sure what you need to block off this ramp. I believe it's a barracks and a supply depot in a very decent position. Luxury also getting his gas, so we could be seeing a quick Muta build or a quick Lurker build, depending on what we're going to see. He's definitely going to try to not let Leta go late game, because Luxury is not, he's a pretty decent player late game, just decent player overall, but he's more a player that's a mid-game player that manages to try to get off some harassment. He has played pretty well overall, but Leta is very good overall player, very good late game player, so if you let him get his macro going, you are going to be in a little bit of danger. Just going to see overall how it is that this game goes on here. Luxury, interesting, not mining any gas yet, just trying to get some minerals going. Is producing some Zerglings, so he's not going for a Speedling build, or else he would have been mining plenty of gas at this point. Or maybe he actually did mine the gas. Could have missed it. I don't think he did. Academy now coming up for Leta, so he's going to go for M&Ms. Also getting his gas up just now. So we can get those upgrades proper. And now Luxury putting down a hatchery, so he's going to try to get something accomplished with those 6 Zerglings. He's going to also use them to scout around, because still has no idea where Leta is. Leta has set a scout as well. Scout to the left. Scout to the left, now he's going to scout downwards. He's going to find Luxury in that location. He's actually going to meet a couple of one Zergling, and that's not going to impede his progress at all. Zergling's going to follow him, but overall not going to happen. Luxury now going to go up here. There's plenty of Marines, so pretty good job there by Leta blocking off and denying the scout. Not going for 2-port Wraiths this time, because he knows that Luxury probably be careful against it. Leta himself has to be careful about using those 2-port Wraiths every single time so he doesn't get them countered. And in this base, it's fairly difficult to fly off behind, so it's, plenty of distance actually to fly between with the race between the natural and the main, but there's no, like in Neo Harmony, there's the mazes which offer protection for those rays. They can just fly over those and not be ranged by any ground units. Hydras become ineffective, so there is that. Leta just microing around his SCV, making sure there's no hidden tech or anything, just waiting for Luxury to make his move. Also has his medics now up, so mining some gas. So all in all, just getting up going. Should be getting a second barracks for this one. That scouting SCV gets killed meanwhile. Third hatchery coming up from Luxury. So again, going for a 2-base 3-hatch build. We're going to see whether it's going to be, again, Mutalisks or whether he goes for Luxury. There's also Firebat there, interestingly enough, and a Command Center being put down by Leta, so he's going to go 1 Rex into expansion. Well, 1 Rex Academy into expansion. It's not the usual 1 Rex. He gets those Firebats to make sure that he can prevent those Zerglings from doing anything. Those Firebats going to be a huge asset. This is definitely going to prevent Luxury from doing any sort of damage. Those Firebats, of course, completely murder Zealots. Zerglings, I'm sorry. I meant Zerglings. Zerglings are apparently attempting a run by there, but could have actually gotten in, but not going to happen there. Not quite sure if Leta managed to block it off or not. Leta's actually moving out with these forces. Luxury being forced to put down a sunken colony. Actually going to put down 2 sunken colonies. Definitely doesn't feel he has enough Zerglings to defend this. There are 5 Marines, a medic, and 4 Firebats. 2 Firebats, I'm sorry, and those Firebats definitely... Apparently I can't count anymore. So those Firebats definitely going to be an asset. Leta has still blocked off his show. Has that Firebat there. Luxury getting his second sunken, has those speed upgraded Zerglings also on the way, and we're going to see what the Leta actually tries to push. I don't think with those 2 sunken he's definitely not going to be able to, although this is just a very good idea by him, just to pressure, forcing Luxury to get up those sunkens, and just making sure that he can't defend. He's not going to push, he's just going to put on that early pressure, and then going to move backwards and get his own expansions. It's a very good idea by him. Getting an engineering bay as well as 2 more barracks, he's going to start producing some proper troops. Some proper troops. Command Center now moving in, going to plant that down. 2 barracks is almost ready. Getting another small force inside of his base. Second extractor coming up from Luxury, so he's definitely most likely going to be a Spire build, unless he's going to go for heavy lurkers. Okay, this is indeed going to be a Spire build, so 2 base, 3 hatch Spire. We're going to see how it's just going to come down to Mutalisk Micro, but Leta already has an engineering bay going, so he's going to be able to put down some turrets, and he should be able to scan this up. Good idea by Luxury putting it in that second hatchery, so it's going to force probably the scans to be off target. Factory now coming down from Leta as well, so he might be already teching all the way up to science fossils, just trying to get those science fossils going. The radiates, of course, being a huge asset against Zerg, especially when those Mutalisks are going to be on the way. Science fossils are going to be of such help. We're going to see what the Leta starts to break out. There are some Zerg is waiting from that. Zerg is, ooh, one just get caught before Luxury manages to push them away. Pretty decent force there from Leta. More than enough to push out of his current location. Factory almost ready. We're going to see whether he goes for a quick take after that. Spire almost ready, meanwhile, now for Luxury. We're going to see how many larvae he has saved up in all of his hatcheries, whether he has enough gas to just build a crap load of Mutalisk right away. That is, of course, where those hatcheries help out. One Zergling going to try to make a sneak back. He might actually get a scout, but there is a block, so he's not going to really accomplish anything. SCVs really should be able to micro his SCVs to prevent any damage. If there was a medic marine group actually there, in fact, to kill that little Zergling. Luxury still has pretty much no force on the ground with the Zerglings, but the reason that Leta's not pushing out, getting his star point now going, is simply because of those sunkens. He doesn't want to potentially sacrifice all his forces and maybe even deal with the pincer movement. Hydra's then up also for Luxury, almost up anyway. So we might be seeing Mutal Lurkers. There's all in all, the first game on Neo Harmony, despite the fact that he lost, he used the Lurkers and Hydras in combination. He started off Mutals, but then used Lurker Hydras actually very successfully. And against a pure Medic Marine army, Muta Lurker would be very effective. Large group of Mutas. That's almost a control group. Wow, look at that. And we're going to see what kind of damage. This could do potentially a lot of economic damage. There are Medic Marines ready. There are not really that many turrets. Now, Leta knows this coming. He has put down turrets already. He's definitely going to need to invest in some more turrets than the ones he already had. Just one turret there on location. There is a Medic Marine group who's going to run away. So Leta's just going to trust in the fact that he has two pretty large Medic Marine groups. One with Firebats that don't really do anything against Mutalisks, but they're just there just in case Zerglings try to run by as well. Gonna prevent a dual scouting SCV going out, instantly getting killed. Marines stimming up. And, ooh, just sniping off one Firebat, so he's definitely trying to take out those Marines just to make sure. He might be even thinking of a dual-pronged attack. Plenty of turrets, meanwhile, now being put at the natural by Leta. A few more turrets there at the main and natural. He's going to try to prevent this as much as he can. Mutalisks just trying to get in. Oh, Leta stimming his Marines, but not a very good stim. Didn't really run out. a little bit bad timing. Mutalisk just flying around, seeing an opportunity, trying to find opportunity. Some shots being put up already. He has weapons 1, so with that weapons 1, he's definitely going to be effective against those Mutalisks, which have no upgrades whatsoever. Marines, especially in a large group, actually do a very good job against Mutalisks that when they have, especially when they have their weapons 1 upgrade. Now Leta's actually pushing out. He has quite a large group of medic Marines with a fireball alongside a few medics. He stopped a few of his Marines there at the behind. He's just going to push out. We're going to see what the luxuries they're going to, whether he's going to go for the main or whether he's just going to try to delay this. But Mutalisk's actually flying around, so he is going to go for the natural here. There are turrets. No, he's actually not going to do. He's just going to fly around, trying to pick off some Marines, picking off one Marine. Not too much damage done. Overall, there's a large group of Mutalisks just going to use those to run around and harass and do any sort of damage that he can. Another base now being put down by Luxury at the 10 o'clock. Again, Mutalisks flying in, not taking too much damage, killing off another Marine. So that's pretty much what you got to do as a Zerg. You got to keep that medic Marine group inside. You got to make sure it doesn't put you out of firebat also being taken out now. And while you do that, you got to just get your expansions going. And that's exactly what he's doing, trying to equalize the terran here. What he failed at on Neo Harmony, specifically due to those wraiths.